Ready? This is Ryan, and I'm back for another video for AEP858 Data Assessment. This time I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about module number 1 and kind of giving you some guidance on what you should be doing. Before I do that, I want to thank you for your hard work. It looks like many of you have found your way into Google Classroom, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you need help, please reach out and let me know. So as you can see, I'm in the Google Classroom, and we're going to go to classwork. And we're going to take a look at module number 1. As a reminder, the course schedule has information about each module, and it also has due dates in there. So if you want to know what your due dates are moving forward, they're in there. So let's get started with module 1. So module 1 is 2 parts, a 1A and a 1B. I'm going to start out with 1B and go through that real quick. This is basically a personal introduction, and this is taking the place of your intro video that you used to do. So in this intro, you're going to do a role play, and the role play involves you as a future educational leader interviewing for an assistant principal's job. Actually, it could be any school leadership job. It could be an instructional coach. It could be a reading specialist. It could be anything dealing with leadership. So not just assistant principal, fit yourself into whatever role you see yourself moving into as a result of the work you're doing in 4 days. So in the interview, you're going to be asked 2 questions. You're going to be asked to tell a little bit about yourself, and you're going to be asked to describe your experiences building a positive data culture in your building or district. You're going to do a written response, and you do that written response by clicking on a view question, and you're going to add that question right here. You're going to add class comment. That's where you're going to type in your answer. Now, I do recommend that you type your work in a Google Doc and just copy and paste into add a class comment. That way, if you have a problem or it gets lost, you can go back and get it and repost it. So once you make your post, you'll be able to see your classmates' responses, and then you'll need to go in and respond to 5 of them. So take a look at this module, do what it says, and you'll be fine. So that's the first one. That's 1B. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and we're going to take a look at 1A. Here's 1A. And to see what your work is, it's right here. Click on that link, and it'll bring up your module. Now, all of our modules look exactly the same. They have the same setup or same structure. They all start with a standard. So all your modules start with the standard, then they start with a rationale, and then they go into the content knowledge. And these are the things that you're going to read and review prior to doing your module. Notice the URLs are all there, so they should all work. So at this point, you have your educational leadership skills assessment. This is your module. So if you read through this, it describes what you're going to be doing. And once you're done with all the resources and do your synthesis, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to think about an essential question or an essential question. In step 4 and 5, I kind of walk you through how to develop an essential question. It's important to have an essential question because that'll guide your discussion with your staff. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use this data protocol. You're going to click on it, make a copy. Once you make a copy, you're going to get it. You're going to get this document right here, and I describe to you right through here how you're going to rename it. So here's an example: Cardinal Fall 23 VB Data Discussion Protocol. Please make sure you name it appropriately, so we know whose protocols are whose. Then share it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put your essential question up here, and then you're going to fill out this protocol. And basically, this data comes from research you've done. Now, most of this work that you're going to be doing, or most of the things you're going to see in this module, deal with Kansas data sets. If you're not from Kansas, you should be using data from your district or your state. Your state should all have a data warehouse or a data center that you can get educational data from. So there's many ways to use this protocol. I'll give you an example here. One way to use it would be to pick out a type of data, like say graduation rate, and compare the graduation rate for 3 schools or 3 districts. Another way to use it is to look at one single school or one single district and pick out 3 different types of data, like graduation rate, dropout rate, ACT scores, things like that. So the first one is going to be your factual pieces. That's going to be what you're actually seeing in the data. You're going to write that in complete sentences. The next part, you're going to write an interpretation of the data. And basically, you're going to talk about the data, you're trying to explain it. You're going to talk about it, understanding the data, and you're going to put that in there. Then you're going to write the now what piece or the prediction implication piece. Fill that out. And again, you can use bullet points if you want to in that section. Then right here is going to put your source. Next part is going to be describing the discussion about this data set. So read through this, and you're going to write 5 to 7 sentences as a discussion. Then you're going to write a description of the comparison of similar schools or districts. Then you're going to identify 3 additional pieces of data. And then finally, you're going to do a reflection. All this stuff goes on your protocol right down here. Here's your discussion, here's your comparison, here's your additional data, here's your reflection sections. Make sure you fill that out. Make sure you write complete thoughts. 1 or 2 sentences is not going to work. It needs to be multiple sentences. And I try to give you an example or give you some expectations there, but you're more than welcome to write more. Just try to make sure that you're stating your points and you're supporting them with what you've learned through this module. Pretty much it. I hope you enjoy this module. If you need some help, let me know. I really appreciate you being here and taking this course. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day. Bye.